Hi, my name is Dawn, and this is Have That Talk. Today, I want to say that I feel for you if you have a boss who suffers from grumpy boss syndrome. Now, I'm talking about those managers who are just so unpredictable and so volatile that the whole team ends up tiptoeing around them, checking in with each other in the morning to see what the boss's mood is like, being very careful about how they phrase their emails, being quiet in meetings, letting the boss speak, being careful not to contradict, ask too many questions, throw any kind of doubt on anything that the boss says. This is hard work, and it just creates tension, anxiety, and fear in the team. What it also does is it stifles innovation. Good ideas are left to die. Problems are swept under the carpet. Short-term fixes become more important than long-term strategic thinking. Is this your team? I bring this up because one of the key reasons that people leave an organization, they quit their job, move to a different company, it's because of their line manager, their direct boss, and the impact they have on the team. I don't want to label it as toxic, but this is how it can be perceived because it has such deep impact on the team's performance and the results that they deliver. But before we talk about personalities and just resign ourselves to the fact that my boss is just like that, I can't change them, I can't do anything about it, I just want you to pause and think about what ways there might be to build up a positive connection. For instance, your boss may be under high pressure that you're not aware of. There may be demands coming from further up the organization. There may be issues within the team that you're not aware of that the boss is trying to manage. Your boss may be thinking of leaving themselves, and so they're distracted and thinking about other things. What I'm saying with these examples is that it's not just about you, but I do want you to think of how you can handle it despite the difficulties. The first thing would be to step out of your personal perspective and look at the situation from a distance. I know it's hard, but try to be objective. Have you noticed the change in behavior that makes you understand the context of where your boss's reactions might be coming from? Do you have regular touch points with your boss to be able to address this and say, hey boss, I've noticed that you've been quite stressed recently. Is there anything that we should know as a team? Is there any way that we can support you? By doing that, you start responding to the underlying cause rather than the symptom. And if this is the way that you've known your boss and they've always been that way, try and understand what are the moments where they are more calm, where they are more responsive, where they are less volatile, more predictable, and tap into those moments. If, for instance, they get really impatient when somebody is 2 minutes late to a meeting, get to that meeting on time. If they're always asking for status updates, make it part of your job to send an update proactively before they ask. And I know this is hard work because it means that you need to be looking at the world through their eyes. But something else may also be happening. Maybe you're learning to be more proactive. Maybe you're learning to be on time, be more reliable. It feels unfair, but sometimes there are lessons to be learned from a tough boss. And maybe the lessons aren't all negative. And what about if you're the boss who everybody is tiptoeing around? What can you do? I encourage you to be more kind. If what you're doing is giving your team tough love, don't just show the toughness, also show the love. Acknowledge somebody's work if they've made an effort. Be more gentle with your feedback, or at least give some context as to where your feedback is coming from, the rationale, the why behind the words. Because for a team to function well, you need the team members and the boss to be ready for dialogue. So if you want your team to be honest when there are problems, to be excited when they have a new idea, to be proactive when they suggest an improvement, to let you know when there's danger ahead, you've got to stop being such a and allow them to come to you to have that talk. Okay? I'll see you next time.